Meghan Markle to the royal family, but there are so many other members that it can be hard to keep them all straight. We'll help you out by going over the branches of the royal family. But first, make sure you subscribe for more from the taco. Let's get started. We all know and love the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II. She was born to the former Duke and Duchess of York, who would later go on to become King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon. Her father was born Albert Frederick Arthur George, though he would later take the title King George VI later in life. While most of us might dream of sitting on a throne, becoming king was something Albert desperately didn't want. But he was forced to when his predecessor, King Edward, abdicated the throne in order to marry his American mistress, Wallis Simpson. His eldest daughter, Queen Elizabeth II, would go on to marry Prince Philip of Greece and Denmark. But here's where the family tree gets a little overgrown. These two are actually second cousins once removed through King Christian IX of Denmark, and third cousins through Queen Victoria, the great-great-grandmother of Queen Elizabeth II. Queen Elizabeth II has a sister, Princess Margaret, Countess of Snowdon. She married photographer Anthony Armstrong Jones, who then became Earl of Snowdon. The couple had two children, David and Sarah, before ultimately divorcing. David is the second Earl of Snowdon and Viscount Linley, and married Lady Serena Elaine Armstrong Jones. The two have two children, Charles Patrick Inigo Armstrong Jones, Viscount Linley, and Lady Margarita Elizabeth Rose Elaine Armstrong Jones. His sister, Lady Sarah, married Daniel Chatto, and went on to have two children with him, Samuel David Benedict Chatto and Arthur Robert Nathaniel Chatto. Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip have four children together, Prince Charles of Wales, Royal Princess Anne, Prince Edward, Earl of Wessex, and Prince Andrew, Duke of York. The eldest and probably most internationally well-known of her children is Prince Charles, who was married to the late Princess Diana. The two had a notoriously contemptuous relationship, but the union managed to produce two children, Prince William and Prince Harry. Later, Prince Charles would go on to marry his longtime paramour Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall. Currently, Prince Charles is next in line for the royal throne, should something happen to his mother, Queen Elizabeth. His eldest son, and third in line of succession, is Prince William, Duke of Cambridge. He married the fabulous Kate Middleton in a very publicized ceremony, and Kate then earned the title the Duchess of Cambridge. The two have welcomed three children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. These kids are third, fourth, and fifth in line for the throne, respectively. There was a time when Princess Charlotte would have lost her spot to younger brother Louis, but thankfully the rules have changed and the little princess remains firmly fourth in line. The younger brother of Prince William is Prince Henry of Wales, best known by his nickname Prince Harry. His partner is former actress and socialite Meghan Markle, and the two plan to get married in May 2018. He's currently sixth in the line for the throne after his father, brother, and nieces and nephews. Then we have the next of Queen Elizabeth's children and her only daughter, Princess Royal Anne. She's the seventh member of the royal family to hold the title Princess Royal, and the first to compete in the Olympic Games. When she was born, she was third in line for the throne behind her mother and oldest brother, Charles. But currently, she's 13th in line. Unlike Princess Charlotte, she didn't benefit from the new legislation in 2013 that allows female members of the royal family to keep their spot in line despite the presence of male heirs. Her first marriage was to a man named Mark Phillips, who was a lieutenant in the 1st Queen's Dragoon Guards. Phillips was offered an earldom when he married into the royal family, but he turned it down. This means that the two children he had with Princess Anne, Peter and Zara Phillips, were born without the courtesy titles they would have otherwise received. Anne went on to marry Commander Timothy Lawrence, though the two have no children together. Princess Anne's son Peter is the eldest grandchild of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, and 14th in line for the throne. He married a woman named Autumn Kelly, and the two had two children. They gave Queen Elizabeth II her first great-grandchild, Savannah Anne Kathleen. They also have another daughter named Isla Elizabeth. Peter's sister Zara is 17th in line for the throne, and married a rugby player named Mike Tyndall. The two have a daughter named Mia Grace Tyndall. The couple announced in January that they will soon be welcoming a second child to the family. Like her mother before her, Zara also participated in the Olympic Games, taking home a silver medal at the 2012 Summer Olympics as a member of the Great Britain eventing team. That same year, she carried the Olympic flame at Cheltenham Racecourse on her beloved horse, Toy Town. Queen Elizabeth II's third child is Prince Andrew, who married a woman named Sarah Ferguson. Although the two would ultimately divorce, they remain close and have an excellent co-parenting relationship, even cohabiting for some time after they separated. Their two daughters are Princess Beatrice of York and Princess Eugenie of York. Much like his sister, Princess Anne, Prince Andrew was once much higher up in the line of succession. He was born second in line, and is currently seventh. In January 2018, the royal family got some more great news when Princess Eugenie announced her engagement to Jack Brooksbank. Beatrice and Eugenie are 8 and 9 in line to the throne respectively. However, they're in that strange position where they're technically princesses, but their odds of ever actually sitting on the throne are incredibly low due to their place in line. The youngest child of Queen Elizabeth II is Prince Edward, who married public relations executive Sophie Rees-Jones. He was born third in line for the throne, but is now 10th in line. His oldest child is Lady Louise Windsor, and their son is the Queen's youngest grandchild, James Viscount Severn.